Live from the beating heart of Rainbow Six Esports, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to USN. Today is the beginning, well, technically Saturday was the beginning, but today is the stream's beginning of Stage 3 for USN, and the two of us could not be more excited to be back. My name is Blue. Joining me here on the desk this evening is Veli. How you doing, my man?
Yo, this is the best. Stage 3 is here. We have Wild Card coming up next. I'm ready to see what's going to go down, Blue. I've been waiting for this my whole life.
Wow, your whole life?
My whole life.
Wow, awesome stuff. Well, we've got 2 slots left here for Stage 3, 2 more slots that have opened up, and 2 more slots that'll be opening up during the wildcard segment. Before we get too deep into those details, let's take a look at the schedule for tonight's matches and see what we have on the line. Now, important to notice, one of our matches, unfortunately, has already kind of been played out. The Luminosity match that you see there as our second one, unfortunately, due to their own circumstances, Luminosity did have to withdraw from the match and forfeit it, so by default, we'll be seeing their opponents move through into our third match of tonight, meaning to start things off, we're only going to have 2 matches this evening. It's going to be Draak versus 2Faced, and the winner of that will move on into our final matchup.
Well, still, I'm really excited to see 2Faced play, but on Luminosity, sucks to suck. Can we get some Fs in the chat? But still, we're going to have some really good matchups for today. But for those of you that are out there and you were asking me about money earlier on when Stage 3 was just getting started, we're giving out money now with Venmo.
A lot of money to give out here. It's our Venmo Community Spotlight. We started this in Stage 2, and we're going to be continuing it in Stage 3. $700 going up for weekly prizing. Make sure to get your clips, guys. They don't have to be USN clips. They just need to be related to Rainbow. And it can be anything. It can be fails. It can be something funny. It can be something awesome. It can be a clutch. It can be a miss. All this awesome stuff. Just make sure that when you post it, you use this hashtag Venmo Community Spotlight in your submission. And most importantly, make sure you throw it in the link down below here at esl.gg/Venmo-R6USN. That'll also have all the information you need on the rules for this contest. Veli and I usually pick the winners a little bit after our show on Friday, so make sure to get your submissions in by then. Otherwise, you may miss the cutoff, and we'll have to move your submission to the next week.
And just reminders now for Chump Change. First place, they get $500. I could use $500. Second and third place get $100 each as well, which we could all use once more. But USN is back, so that means the signups are here. So make sure you go ahead and sign up on the website below, play.r6usnationals.com, and we'll see you guys on the weekends. And yeah, it's any man's game. One thing that we've definitely learned so far here in the US Nationals program is the fact that anybody can make it. Parallax beating Dark Zero. I think they did it again, by the way. I think they did it again.
Just can't stop it.
Right.
It's bound to happen.
It is. So let's go ahead and jump right into the rosters. Let's take a look at our first. Wait, actually, yeah. Let's take a look at our first team. It's Draak Esports. Lil homie.
We got the we noticed this in our rehearsal. Actually, we got the J gang.
Yes.
Apparently, 4 out of 5 of them, their first names start with J. We've also got 2 Jordans on this team as well.
The chemistry has to be unmatched.
Little homie, unfortunately, is a little...
he's the one that's left out.
A little not matching. So we need to change his first name ASAP. Other than that, this is a new group of players that are going to be stepping up to the plate this week. We haven't seen them play before. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's 2Faced, a team that, for the more veteran North American fans out there, you may be familiar with this team. They are a CL team. They've already made a few waves over there, and in the process, of course, the lead up to it. And they've got Crazy on the team, which is probably the most recognizable player on the roster. Got a couple others too. Butters, who, if you watch like the Twitch Rivals show, I think she's played in 1 or 2 of those, or he's played 1 or 2 of those as well.
Butters has been all around USN, actually. Matter of fact, this entire roster, so when you take a look at all of these players, they competed in USN and the teams didn't work out. So, they mix and match to find the best fit. So you take a look at players like Filthy, and, they get so close to making it to that LAN qualifier. So close. Every single time they failed. Well, they're putting together this squad that they feel comfortable with. So hopefully they can make it to the end.
All right, guys. Well, one more time, let's remind you exactly what goes on with the format here at USN. We've already played our first 2 stages, and in each stage, there is 2 slots open to qualify you for LAN. 1 for the East Coast, 1 for the West Coast. We had the Sonics and Reciprocity qualifying in Stage 1. SSG and Rogue qualifying in Stage 2. We have 2 more slots open. That'll be running until about the end of October is when we'll decide the Stage 3 teams that'll be going to LAN. Wildcard, it says October to November there, but that's a very short amount of time. It's basically 1 week of play be.
Yeah.
One more open bracket like we play here on Tuesdays and Thursdays everywhere during the stages, and the winner of that bracket on each side will go directly through to LAN without having to play in that additional bracket that's closed that all the other teams will qualify through for in the stages.
And do not slack when it comes to signing up for these tournaments, because you saw the 4 teams, and you have other noticeable teams like Luminosity that's not going to be in there. Evil Geniuses, they're not in there yet. Dark Zero, they haven't even made it. So there's a lot of opportunity and potential to make it to LAN, to be that upset team and play on the main stage. But let's go ahead and take a look at the map bans and picks so far, and go ahead. Oh,
give it to us.
I like Bank. That's gonna be a good map.
Good map.
That's scary for 2Faced.
It's kind of a strange map to end up on too, because normally we get a lot more of those like scrim heavy maps. Like a lot of the maps you can kind of like run through with relatively minimal prep, things like Coastline and whatnot.
Consulate.
Yeah, Consulate, another one. Bank, I don't think is necessarily going to be the case. I think you'd innovate a little bit more on this map. So it's going to be interesting to see, I think more specifically, what Draak's going to be able to bring out, since we don't know a whole lot about them. 2Faced should be prepared for this, but we'll see.
Yes.
As always, it's the best of ones. It's the fact that you got a lot of unpredictable players on the other side of the coin, usually for our more established rosters. So it should be interesting either way.
You know what, though? I'm not going to go ahead and write off Draak Esports just yet. They're fans of the game. They're students of the game. Optizi, he told me in DMs earlier, he said, a lot of people might be sleeping on this. It's about time we wake them up. And so going down this list, for his roster, I mean, they have a well-set team. It's just going to be all about how they can play against, this caliber of players that are currently on 2Faced. Let me take a look at 2Faced. You see players like Filthy and whatnot dominate with posts, go off with IQ. These players have what it takes. So let's get into the game.
All right, guys, well, before we do that, let's take a quick look at our community vote and see what you guys at home thought of this matchup, and more specifically, who's going to be taking it home. And I think that's a pretty fair number right there. A lot of you guys thinking the more established roster is going to come out on top of this one. However, for USN, that hasn't always been the case. So we'll see if you guys are right about that. It should be very, very close to match time now, just a couple minutes away from jumping into the map, and it's going to be Bank. Quick reminder, guys, again, that we only have 2 matches tonight, though. Disrupt already technically beat Luminosity, because Luminosity had to forfeit their match earlier. So the winner of this one's going to go directly through to face off against Disrupt in our 3rd and final matchup of the evening.
Wait, second. I'm going to have to pop off for a second, because this is the U.S. Nationals, right?
Yeah.
America. So I don't know if you guys saw the last Rainbow Six LAN. What region won again?
NA.
It was the NA, right?
Yeah,
so for those of you in the chat, I love you guys, hardcore supporters. We have to support our NA team. Europeans are producing the stream right now, so they might come back here and beat me up. But hey, shout out to TSM. We won DreamHack. We got one. We got one.
Got one.
Now we have to win a major.
We got that one, and we got Rogue's USN win. Right? That counts too, right?
So, wait, there's Europeans that infiltrated USN as well, Sonics.
That's true. Yeah.
So, hey, we have competition still. But NA, we got it.
Watch out.
Right, chat?
Gotta work hard to make sure they're the first out. That plan, right?
Right. But just a little overview. Congratulations. We saw TSM in the USN qualifiers. They went ahead and they won DreamHack Montreal. And that just shows competition always rising in Siege, man. The stories are always evolving, further along in this journey that we get on. So it's a pretty fun thing to see. But in this matchup overall, I'm going to have to say my prediction, I love both teams. Optizi is a really good friend of mine. I feel like 2Faced, they have too much experience behind them to lose this match.
Yeah.
Way too much experience.
It's going to be the same for me. It's very hard to throw my weight behind a team that, to be honest, we don't know a whole lot about, just because the names, we haven't really seen them before, either on USN or in like another broadcast or something like that. So I would go behind 2Faced as well, but it would also not be surprising to me if we see the opposite happen. If we see their team pull off another upset here, because we've seen that happen.
We've seen upsets.
We've seen that happen quite a few times. We've seen Dark Zero drop out of the bracket like 10 or 15 times now, because they've been having trouble dealing with those teams too. EG, I don't even think EG played this week, but I know they said they were going to start during Stage 3.
Have they even played in the qualifier yet?
No, they said they were going to start in Stage 3 because they were waiting on Gio's visa.
And Gio has his visa.
Which they got. So I don't know if that's just the Reformation that's slowing them down and getting into the bracket, or maybe I just missed them earlier. But
they're taking their time.
They will be playing, apparently. So we're just waiting on them to hop in, basically, and hopefully they get those signups in time. But it's time for us to jump into our map, ladies and gentlemen. It's our first only 2 matchups for this evening. Draak Esports going up against 2Faced. The map will be Bank. Let's get into the ban phase and see which operators are going to be knocking out.
Let's go. All right, so 2Faced, knowing the players on this team, I know that they're intel heavy. You see a lot of posts, you see a lot of Legion, Valkyrie, and Maestro. So it'll be interesting to see them on the board still. But first off, Habana, she's going to be the first one banned.
You usually see a hard breacher knocked out here on Bank just because there's a lot of hatch and wall work to deal with here. A lot of emphasis on hard breachers, so knocking them out is usually going to make things a little bit easier for the defending side, which is why we see a defender ban used on a hard breacher. We'll see the attacker ban get knocked out here from Draak's side. They're going to take down Jackal, which is, again, just pretty much aligning with the meta right now. Jackal's a really strong counter roamer in a way, and an offensive one at that. Has the capability to actually track down the roamer itself and take him or her out, so that's why we see him eliminated.
And on a map this big as Bank, I mean, you're going to want to have that freedom when you're a roamer. You do not want Jackal sniffing out those footsteps. First defender banned is going to be Mira, which helps out a lot, especially in CCTV. So whenever they go for that plant, you know, Mira, she can just stand behind her little mirror window and toss out a C4 to stop that plant. Well, really good planting outcome from her. So you take her off the board, it's going to make things a little bit more spicier down low.
Quintessential, especially when it comes to sites like the basement. So we'll definitely see her get knocked out. Echo as well, one that we've been seeing pretty much in every single matchup. So that one makes a lot of sense. Echo with the ability to basically immediately win a round if he has his utility in the correct spot. He can interrupt the plant. And for those of you guys that might be newer to Siege, if you interrupt the plant at 0 timer, the defending team immediately wins the round. And that's oftentimes where we see his utility coming. Also has a really good primary weapon too. So
you know what's actually interesting? You and I, especially when you cast for Stokes, we see Maestro banned a lot, and we've seen a lot more Echo play. This is probably the first time we've seen Echo banned earlier on in the stage.
It's weird if you compare like the ban stats from USN to the ban stats for something like Pro League. For some reason, Maestro is banned out like way more than Echo is, which is like against the meta trends. So that's just an interesting thing we've noticed. I guess maybe Maestro is a little bit more universally used, I would say, compared to how often Echo's banned out. So maybe there's not as many Echo players that are willing to leave that in the pool. Yeah, would be my guess. Like even I can play Maestro, and we know if I can play Maestro.
No, Blue, okay, so to be fair, Blue, we didn't expect much from you in the game, and I know they expected nothing from me. You were the highlight, okay? So you could be able to flex a little bit and say that you bodied kicks a few times.
I didn't even know I was good with the SMG, and it just happened.
You're a landable. You're a landable.
I'm a land player.
But back to the game, I said it before the game started, and it seems like some players on 2Faced, they like to keep the same identity, which is really strong when it comes to building yourselves up as a team. Look at all the intel. Creators with Valkyrie. You have Maestro on the board, and Butters is going to be on Pulse, which is going to be a really interesting role change. We're going to have Filthy roaming around this Jaeger, where his gun skill is definitely going to come into play. But Butters, let's see if he's going to go in Gold Vault and be an essential factor for his team in regards to calling out cardiac heartbeats from his sensor.
Yep, so we've got the push, or the defense set up in the basement. There's usually only really one viable way for the attackers to push this. There's a couple variances on it, but the primary push is going to come from server room downstairs, where you were seeing a lot of players run around in the pregame there. It's going to be a very slow process of Draak trying to get control of that, and then potentially using areas like the main stairs, maybe even a garage run-in to try and get the rest of the control. They're going to spend the first minute or two of the round, though, just trying to check out the first and second floors in order to deal with any potential roaming presence. I don't think we have too much of that coming in from 2Faced right now. It looks like they're all pretty much restricted to either those server stairs or the basement itself for the most part.
This is actually a pretty strong server hold that they plan on doing right now. Take a look at Draak Esports lineup so far. Uptizi's going to be on Maverick. I wonder if Uptizi's going to be the one watching the hatches and open and also office. It seems to be that way, but pretty much they're covering, you know, all their corners, making sure that they're trying to head out any type of roamers that they see. But they're not going to run into any so far. So with a minute off the clock, it's going to be up to Draak Esports to go ahead and make an opening to get in the site.
All right, so once again, Pulse doing a little bit of work here. This is Butters. He's got a good capability to see through this. He's going to see the hatch attempt to work its way through. Unfortunately, as you can see from the silhouette, he's probably not going to end up with much of an angle, assuming that Maverick plays this correctly in order to actually shoot him.
He can toss a C4.
Yeah, he can try to throw a C4 and get the damage through there. Nade's going to go against Dream. They don't have the Jaegers there, so either they were deleted before, but that's not going to matter. Dream is going to smoke out JVac, taking him down. And that's one player out from the attack to start this off. Butters unable to find the player who breaches through that hatch, though, so he's going to walk away from that defense with nothing.
A lot of defensive setups we see are usually teams stopping the plan, but 2Faced, they have a different type of mentality when it comes to this. There's going to be denial upon entry. You saw Butters underneath the hatch trying to stop Maverick from getting in there, and also Filthy is going to be holding down server. They're making sure, with Dream especially holding down Blue Stairwell with the shotgun, that no one's going to have any time at all to get into there. And if they do, it's going to be a big fight.
Yeah, second Thatcher EMP went out. It got rid of the ADS for the players sitting behind the main server box there. They used the first one to get rid of Smoke's Jaegers as well, or at least the one that he had, because he just put down one more. But Dream is still dealing with this. A triple kill already for Dream as he picked off 2 more, trying to push the server stairs. They've got a hatch him, but they can't go down it because Filthy still has this angle, and he's going to strike with kill number 4. Knocks out Casual Champion, leaves only Tizzy left in this fight now in a 1v5 with 19 seconds left. He will finally take down Dream, ending that triple kill streak that he was on. Looking for number 2 now. I think it's going to be too much to ask for, unfortunately. Just no angle to work with, no real way to push the site, and he doesn't even have Diffuser. So I think it's safe to say that indeed, round number 1 goes to 2Faced.
There was nothing he could have done. He could have dropped down hatch and got busted, or just turn face and go into open and, you know, die the way he did. But Filthy held it down in server, and also the smoke play on server stairs was vital. And you know what I didn't get? So he was sitting there with a red dot, and they would push in one by one and die the same way. That can't happen. Don't do that. Use your brain. Come on, think. I know you guys are smarter than that. So going into round 2, let's see if they learn from their mistakes. But we're going to go to a new site, which is going to be the second floor, Executive Lounge, and also CEO.
They only used 1 nade against him as well, or at least we only saw 1 nade get used against him when he should have had 2 to be able to throw out there, and he wasn't ADS'd at that point. Like, if there were ADSs on those stairs at the beginning of the round, they got dealt with with a Thatcher nade pretty easily, because he also didn't have a shield to support him there.
But you also have Zofia, so it's like, hello, why can't you concuss the player that's over there?
Did the defenders have Zofia on that round?
Yes, they did. Okay. So if you have Zofia, you have frag grenades under your utility. I mean, Smoke he should have been cooked.
I was thinking Ella for the defense, because usually you play Ella on those stairs, so I might have had my operators confused.
But still, strong play from 2Faced. I really love their approach. They're really aggressive on defense, and they push the fight to you. They do not wait until you get on site and try to plant the diffuser, because you don't want to risk it. You know, all it takes is a missed C4. All it takes is a really bad throw, toxic babe, and the plant can go down. But if you stop them upon entry, in server stairs and also server, then things can turn really good for you really fast.
Yeah. That's a bad sign, unfortunately, for Draak, that they failed to get past the server stairs. So we'll see how these other sites go. But definitely not redeeming to see them dropping right there so aggressively. So 2Faced definitely getting off to a good start, though. And we'll see how they build on this in their future rounds. Meanwhile, it's Draak's second attack coming up now on the upstairs sites instead here. Just going to go right for the crawl up, get them up against the window, start working on probably some stocks control. Square's not going to be too much to work for, as it's looking like 2Faced are probably just going to let him have it for the most part.
Yeah, it's pretty much a passive lineup. It's going to be interesting to see how Crazy is going to play with the bout cams. But yeah, they're all pretty much on site. That's going to be it. So this is going to be interesting. So now that we know that they weren't going to go downstairs to CCTV, I'm wondering why Buck wasn't chosen. Because if you have Buck, you can go down the open area or whatnot and shoot above the soft destruction on the floor to be able to find another entryway to be able to get a kill. But it seems like they're going to go for the default push to go ahead, get rid of this wall. The impact trick is going to destroy the exothermic charge, which is going to make things a lot more harder than you expected. Now, you have 1 more exothermic charge. If this fails, that's it. You're going to have to go into sight the hardest way possible.
You're going to try and nade him, but it's not going to work to be well off the mark, and there you go. Bye-bye to the charge. So no hard breach going to work out at all. If you guys remember, Hibana is banned, so they don't have an option for a second hard breach unless they want to bring Maverick, which again, we wouldn't really expect that for a full wall, and this is just going incredibly one-sided right now for 2Faced. Dream along with Filthy, I believe, picking up kills. There is a trade from Little Homie against Filthy. Knocks him back out, brings us back into the round a little bit in a 3v4.
Little Homie. You need to be your team's homie right now. And Zofia, you have all the slam power in your hand, and Dream throwing the toxic babe out. He heard his footsteps in with some gunfire coming in and shooting his shield. He's going to find himself in a 1v3 scenario, but he's going to be able to hold them back. But a wall bang from Crazy, able to take Sonic out the game.
Nicely done. You have to remember with these new shields now too, so Dream can kind of play behind a little bit, get a little bit of intel just all through those panels.
Yeah, he's so aggressive with the shotgun as well, which makes it really scary to be able to push around this corner. Just waiting. He hears some footsteps again. It's going to be a 1v2 push, and Butter's able to clean him up from the side with Maestro. So not only is Smoke playing by himself over in that closet area, he has people watching down that hallway with their line of sight, able to pick off any player that run past him.
So all Little Homie now. 35 seconds remaining for him to try and make a push, and again, though, it's just insurmountable odds. Diffuser already down on the ground here, too. Got a pretty aggressive watch to make sure that he goes down, and there you go. Butters with the easy Alda trade finds Little Homie, takes him out, and that's 2Faced with a solid 2-0 lead to start this map out.
That's rough. So that's extremely rough. When you play on a site like this, So they brought 2 hard breachers the first round. I felt like that should have been done the second round as well, especially if Maverick is still on the board. I feel like Maverick should be an auto pick in that scenario because there's no counter to him. Because we saw 2 impact nades completely destroyed whatever strategy Draak Esports wanted to throw at 2Faced.
And they had counter nades for it too. I think you would have to guess maybe like using like maybe trying to like stun him out with like Zofia or something like that might have been a better way to deal with him, but did not occur in Draak's mind right there. So they end up throwing away both of their charges, and they get easily tricked, and this allows for 2Faced to have a pretty stress-free round. They basically just have to hold that. They basically just have to hold the janitor walk up, and then they win the round because there was no real alternate push coming in there from Draak.
All right, so here we are. Tell us in archives. Let's see what Draak Esports has in mind. We see Optizzy finally bringing out Nomad. Nomad's going to be extremely helpful, especially when it comes to watching the flanks, because whenever you're attacking the site, you want to make sure you clear out the top floor immediately before you go down low. But, you know, upon entry, they're going to run into trouble as well. I wonder if 2Faced are going to have a lot of roamers, especially with Filthy donning. Yeah, that's going to be Mozzie. You're going to have Valkyrie on board, and also Butters is going to be on Legion. So you have a good trap operator and 2 great intel ops is going to be in use. And you see Butters on the second floor. I wonder if this is going to be his domain.
Attackers are moving out.
We'll see as Butters, of course, is playing on the Maestro in the previous round, so going a little bit more free-flowing. I think they've got a little bit of confidence going in their favor now, too, with how one-sided both of these rounds have been.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to start to play around a little bit with this now, too. I do agree overall with bringing Nomad into the fold, you know, specifically for the context of this site, is you get a lot more roaming presence on this site. I don't know if it's the answer to their woes, though, because I don't really think they're getting pushed that much. It's not, you know, 2Faced isn't really being that aggressive against them. They just need to be better on executes, because they're kind of just walking into the lineups right now from 2Faced. They're not appropriately droning it out, or they're droning it, but then they're just kind of peeking it without using utility and don't really have a good idea about how to deal with the setups.
I feel like their plan A is pretty simple, but their plan B is non-existent, and it's pretty much, you know, they're just throwing things at the wall and seeing if it sticks, okay? Hey, you know, little homie died on server stairs, let's just keep running it one by one. And it turns into a Congo line of death. That's not what you want to see happen to your teammates. So, yeah. First gunfight is underway. Filthy's going to miss the headshot just barely by inches. He's going to go ahead and rotate down elevator shaft all the way downstairs. And Draak Esports still, everybody alive so far. Little homie took a little bit of damage, but he's going to look to try to pick up the first kill for his team this round.
Mozzie's going to steal a drone away from the attackers, so he'll be able to pre-position that. Probably looks like he's putting it somewhere deep in the lobby so we can see anyone wrapping around through the front or towards the stairs. Actually, no, he's taking this one right into the site. It's probably going to put it on watch towards square, if I had to guess, if he keeps moving it that way. Either way, though, halfway through the round, and a pretty quiet one so far, Draak have started to work their way into places like square in the second floor. As you can see, they've done a little bit of reconstruction up there, too, to open up the floorboards. But unfortunately, haven't found much except for a bit of damage on the little homie. It's been a very quiet round, and they're going to need to start pushing the envelope relatively soon here.
Crazy, he just peeped somebody that was on Banana currently, so another rotation is currently being made. Yeah, Crazy and Butter sticking together with Creators not too far behind him. A little bit of soft destruction coming from up top. There's going to be Jay. Open things up with Sledge, which is going to be useful, but there's going to be nobody underneath him. So the defense that 2Faced are currently setting up right now is an off-site defense. Only one player is currently on site. Their plan is to destroy Draak Esports before they even step a toe in the archives. And this has been working for them so far. It's pretty much an unorthodox look so far, and it seems to work.
They did have a camera somewhere out here in the main area, too, that I don't think ever got noticed by Drax. They should have pretty good intel, but no, never mind. Little homie's going to start things out with an entry on his own. Finally, a first kill, 30 seconds left in the round. Not a good sign for the attackers, but Crazy getting clipped off there by one of the air jab charges is definitely not a great sign for his team either. He's going to be detected now. They're going to know he's rotating back down. 19 seconds, though. Where's the push? We need to see something here from Draak. They're not moving in. They're not getting enough pressure. They can't also force it either, because that was the problem they were having in the last 2 rounds. So they're going to try to go for something. Dream will miss the C4 toss, but in the meanwhile, we'll see Butters pick up the first kill. Sonic, in the meanwhile, going for a plant. Looks like he's probably going to be able to get it. We'll see JVac pick up another kill in the process, too. Butters trying to spam through, but it's not going to work. The very slow push from Draak gets them into the site, but now can they hold it? A 1-for-1 trade is how things will start between Casual Champion and Butters. Butters, though, will overpeak back outside, and Little Homie closes out on Creators.
They got it.
Draak get it done and put their first round on the board.
Little homie pick up the last kill. Really smart Claymore drop he put there, but he didn't have to depend on that. It was gunfire that won the round for him. And you know what? I was starting to get a little concerned because we saw the timer. We all saw the timer. They were running out of time. It was a lot of people left in the game for 2Faced, and they were able to pull it off still. Draak Esports found a way to get in the site and win the round. Let's see if they can pick up a little bit of momentum. And now we have a game. My biggest fear was that Draak Esports were going to fall 0-3 and it was going to snowball from that point on. But I'm seeing that they're learning as they go. If they continue to do that, hey, they might have it. But Optizzi is going to be donning Maverick once more. And pretty much, yeah, it's going to be the same lineup that we saw the first round.
Not much to have learned, unfortunately, from that first round and that first attack. So we've gone 2 more rounds since then, which means 2Faced cannot go back to that basement site. We're going to have to see what Draak have in mind for attacking this on their second attempt. As unfortunately, the first attempt got knocked down pretty straightforward. 2Faced just held the stairs, and Draak tried to push it and failed. That's how the round went.
We see Dream and Butters currently combined 8-3. 2Faced looking really strong. Crazy's going to be on Maestro, and yeah, Butters on post once more. And this is, I wonder if this is a different setup that we're seeing in Garage right now. Yeah, this hold is really strong. So whenever you watch Rogue play this map, they're really good when it comes to Maestro play. Maestro is able to hold down not only Garage, but also that line of sight going into CCTV whenever a plant decides to go down or someone decides to step foot in there. So let's see if Crazy can go ahead and have his own iteration of that type of dominance heading into this round.
Give himself a little bit of vision into the site, try to hide the Evil Eye camera in the back as well, so hopefully it'll go unnoticed. And meanwhile, the rest of the team will once again have that aggressive posture put up inside of server room, while Crazy will hold the flanks towards Garage and the main stairs and try to call for the rotate if necessary. As you might expect, the Casual Champions drone's going to start working its way towards Square, so we more than likely have that push to start working their way once again into server. Hopefully they're able to put a little bit more behind the push this time, utility-wise, as they did just try to straight up push the smoke last round, which led to multiple deaths.
Okay, with everybody being off-site, the first thing that Draak Esports has to do, obviously, keep everybody alive in the process. You're going to have to get those hatches open immediately, because that's going to get 2Faced's attention to actually go back in the site and take a look. That way, server is going to clear up a little bit more. Rather than there being 3 players in server and also server stairs, might just be 2. And that 1 player makes a huge difference.
So they open up the upstairs angle on this too to hopefully better counter the aggressive swings from the smoke. They do need a way to force him out, though, or they need to go on a different angle, which going on a different angle is going to be the harder option, by far. This site is best played on a push directly through server into that site. That's the easiest option that gives you the best post-plant positioning, too. They can change it up, though, try to go for main stairs push or something like that. I just don't know if they're going to be prepared to go for something like that, because it's very rare to see that. Creators, though, will find an angle against Little Homie and strike first, knocking out the Zofia. With a minute and a half left.
Yeah, that's pretty frustrating. The fact that Little Homie dropped first on this team with Zofia, not only does she pretty much have most of the gunfire on her team, but just a utility when it comes to stunning players and whatnot getting in the site. But we hear Exothermic Charge currently open up, and
drone.
I wonder where that was. Is Optizzi is going to open up another hatch and open things up. Yep, blowtorch being put in use, and he's not in danger at all. You see him a little paranoid right now.
Well, Creators is like around the corner. Creators is like 2 rooms over right now. And there was a drone almost on Creators. I think Creators is trying to figure out if the drone saw him or not, and if he can make it a push like that.
Okay.
But I think he's basically just going to wait out the time. And yeah, so yeah, he can hear this hatch getting blown up. So he's probably going to wait till it's close and then try to make a push when they'll assume it's safe. Because he also doesn't know who else is with him, who's securing him. No. They've still got the stairs held too, so there's no reason for him to risk his life at this point.
Okay, so that's the last Toxic Babe. You have 30 seconds left to go, and down the hatch they go. Filthy able to catch Casual Champion as he walks there. Filthy picking up the double kill. Dream getting one of his own, taking out JVac. Next thing you know, Optizzi's going to find himself in a 1v5. Very unlikely scenario, and he's still going to pick up a kill. Little stat pad here and there, taking out Creators. Nice little headshot. With the pistol out, it's not going to work in his favor, and Crazy is going to go ahead and clean up the last kill as Maestro.
Can't win against the Alda.
No, you can't.
Unwinnable battle.
Look at that. And he had a pistol.
He could do that for like 30 more seconds, by the way, if he wanted to. He could just spray a line of bullets into that stairs. So 2Faced go back into control of the matchup now with 3-1, and they will go to the other side that they won quite handily due to their ability to easily trick out the thermite charges when we saw Draak try to work their way in from square. So we'll see how Draak is going to look to counter that now, as this is another area they need to adjust. They'll bring the Blackbeard into it, which is actually an operator, to be honest, we don't get in pro games that often anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of pops up every once in a while, but nowhere near the rate that you used to see him picked a while ago.
All right. Filthy is going to be on Jaeger, so the roam presence is going to be healthy. crazy on Ella this time. First time we're going to see her this round. Draak Esports.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Casual champion when he dropped down that hatch and Filthy bopped him in the back of the head with a nice little headshot. I'm wondering, did he have any drones left in this arsenal? Because he hot dropped down knowing that server is heavily guarded by 2Faced. And, you know, it was just tunnel vision. He just ran in one direction. And it just didn't seem right to me, you know?
Yeah, there had to have been some kind of lapse of intel. Either someone said it was clear, which is an obvious mistake, or they just got the hatch open so late and they weren't able to drone it prior to that, so they never saw it. But even then, right, that was the same exact spot he played in round 1, so there should have been somewhat of an expectation.
Exactly. You still have somebody on server stairs, so it's pretty much common knowledge at this point that someone else is going to be in server to watch his back. And Filthy has made that his home every time that they played that site. And the fact that they were down to about 30 seconds when he hot dropped down that hatch, I mean, that was extremely concerning.
All right, well, let's see if Draak is going to be able to make up for the mistakes on this site when they played back in round number 2. They've only got this round and the next one to make their impact here on the attacking side before they switch halves and go over to the defense. But right now, things are looking very good for 2Faced, be able to continue to run things up if we don't see Draak change there too very soon.
J-Vac is going to be on Blackbeard. You know what? I can't hate. I can't hate. Do what it takes to win. Just make sure that you make every single second count. Now, I wonder if he's going to be on Repel looking in the office to open things up is...
I think it's for window Repel, so they can actually have some capability to engage, because that's where they're failing right now. Is they're getting destroyed on entries.
Now, I'm wondering if that's going to be the counter to 2Faced trying to impact trick any type of hard breach coming in from Skylight Stairway.
We'll have to see what kind of an angle they're able to get from there, if they can actually like stop it appropriately, because it might be blocked off pretty well by the defenders. Okay, I'll check that out in a moment. Either way, though, Optizzy is going to strike first and find Filthy. A little bit aggressive there on the Jaeger to be able to take him out first. A good start. Now let's build on that one. And they do have windows that they can properly utilize here to try and punish the attempt to breach through.
Still a close game by all means. It's still 1-3, and here we are on the window Repel. That's going to be J-Vac. He's going to be, to me, the most important player on this roster at the moment. He's going to be the one to open things up because once he shows face and they know that Blackbeard is there, 2Faced are probably going to scare you like rats. Either that or they're going to force the fight.
We got the Blackbeard getting into position over on those windows now, I believe, as well, to hopefully allow for Draak to work through. They did get the wall open, of course, but Dream with the aggressive shield swings out, finds little homie, catches the trade down into a 4v4, and now the defenders can go back to playing passive and just, I mean, same that they've been doing for a lot. Oh, man. Creators there, almost getting an opportunity for an easy kill. Gotta be careful with those breaches on the Blackbeard. In fact, he lost half his HP from that.
Now, this is a downfall from not bringing Zofia as well, because that kill that happened behind the shield wouldn't have been there if Zofia was in play. But also, Sledge died, and he did have frag grenades to get rid of that. Oh, that's extremely rough. 46 seconds left on the clock. Things are starting to heat up a little bit more as Optizzy picks up his second kill of the round, taking Butters out the game as well. 2 quality kills as Dream answers back with the 2K of his own.
We've got this other angle held too, and they don't have anyone on the flank. All 3 players trying to push their way in through the square right now. Creators is battling with this regardless, though. It needs Dream to swing out a little bit more aggressively. They've even got another player in a corner there. No plant attempt coming in just yet. Dream's got to be really careful now. He's got a sliver of HP left, but to be fair, his teammate's not faring much better either. Dream, though, with the punch hole right through. Let's see it! Dream gets the ace and closes out on the round for 2Faced.
Okay, all right. There is no reason why Dream was so comfortable behind this shield the entire round. No one was coming from behind near stock. No one came from banana. No one wanted to stop Dream. That was amazing. Dream with a clean ace against Draak Esports. One more round until the roles change, where 2Faced actually go on attack. But Draak are struggling, and a loss like that hits hard.
Biggest problem for Draak is definitely like a lack of adjustment. Like they're committing to a strat and they're not changing it.
They have no counter to another counter.
There's a lot of situations here that Draak have been put in that could somewhat easily be solved just by like taking a step back for another like 20 or 30 seconds, having a player go outside and rotate around to like main lobby and having a push from there or something like that. But they're either time starved so much they're not able to do something like that, or it's just not occurring to them to do it.
No, it has nothing to do with time, because the fact is Dream was over there the entire time. Like, why? Like that should never happen in high play in Rainbow Six Siege. Like Draak Esports, I love the players on this roster, and I know that they know better. Hey, maybe it's the jitters. Maybe they're nervous. They're playing under the bright lights, so to say. So Hopefully they come up with a counter and they can turn this into a closer game as the rounds go by. But that can't happen. 2Faced are way too comfortable. They're not being challenged out of their spot. And comfortability is the name of the game for them currently.
By the way, Dream is thriving, and he's currently at 10-2 on the scoreboard right now. Definitely looking to try to get the best stats possible from that match after the ace on the last round here. Next highest teammate is Filthy at 5-3.
Sonic. Blue, we might have an Owen sighting.
Oh no, do we?
Let's 5 rounds.
Let's see that score one more time, just so we can check it.
Chat. I'm gonna need you to type 1 if you think we're gonna have an Owen sighting at the end of this map.
At least you won't be like a double agent, you know? It won't be
Right.
007. we already got past that hump.
Chat, give Sonic your power. To be fair, he is hard breach. So he gets a little
Yeah,
bit
he gets the excuse. Ooh, little homie. Little homie's actually been really good on these entries. Like, I know that's a bit of a counterpoint because I've been saying Draak's one of their biggest issues is their entries.
Yeah.
Little homie's like the exception to that right now.
And he took out Butters, which is really big because Butters was going to be one of the main roamers along with Creation. So you take Visual out the game, it's going to make things a lot more easier. Yes, the drones aren't able to see him whenever his ability is activated, but Mozzie can straight up snatch those drones. So now they have another challenge in front of him.
Speak of the devil, he's got one right there hidden in the bushes there. Again, watching for like a flank or something like that. Something that we really haven't seen yet from Draak, but they have it there just in case anyway. And this is a... Almost.
He knows he's...
He's got the drone right on him.
What you gonna do, little homie?
Oh, he's like, come on. Can I have like a slightly bigger angle here? He's so close to be able to see like his foot too.
They gotta take him out. Okay,
Someone's gotta push. He's been on drone for like a minute straight, dude.
Like if he jumped down, there's no way he's even gonna know it all.
If someone ran up to this, they would have killed him already.
Someone needs to kill creators.
Oh, there's like no one.
There's no one nearby.
The other problem is you can't really run into square on this site, so I guess that's why. But they know he's there, so he's gonna try to get aggressive.
Oh, he moved. Oh, he's on the run now.
Literally like a minute on a drone, and no one punished that because they just didn't have anyone positioned. That's unfortunate. They even knew he was there too.
They goofed. They missed their chance.
To be fair, like I think it's pretty crazy to assume someone's gonna be in an open spot like that on drone for like a minute straight.
That would have been the fastest rotation in the history of rotation. But he lives, so Mozzie lives to fight for the entirety of the round. But now we're under a minute. And little homie Draak able to get the 2K, taking Filthy out the game. So Jaeger and Vigil. Little homie's been doing such a great job. With stop destruction coming from up top, they're trying to bottle in 2Faced to be able to wrap up the rest of these kills. But Dream, can he hold on to this? Been such a strong player so far with the SMG and shotgun play.
They've got the angles to work with here too. Creators swinging out. Interesting. Not really sure what happened there. But Creators is going to fall back and just try to hide in the elevator for now. Doesn't really have much of a choice, unfortunately, because of the health loss, but he's probably going to get pushed through the hatch, so we'll have to see how Creators could try to make it out of that one. Crazy and Dreams in the other hand here, also still trying to hold and doing a great job of wasting time. There, the hand is going to be forced here again from Draak. Time starved once again. Here comes the push into the main door, trying to get them into the A site too. It is not working out. Creators has the back of their castle just in case it is needed, but it won't really be necessary. There's just not any time left to make this push happen. They're going to try to force the issue. They actually might get it. Nah, never mind.
Nope.
Dream's going to shut that one down. 2Faced.
Optimistic.
2Faced pick up the 5-1.
They might get this. I'm in my head.
I didn't see the second guy pushing.
Like there's no shot at all. But going in around 7, Draak Esports, we need you to wake up. All right. It might be 3 a.m. in Poland, but I know it's still early in America. I know you guys still have it in you.
It's a West Coast game, so it's
2Faced. You know what? Okay, even though they are pretty much steamrolling through this team, I really love what I see. And we're not seeing much from 2Faced, which is a good thing because they're using the same strats every single site, and they're just perfecting that strat. It's pretty much like a really good practice for them.
Yeah, 2Faced is playing like a really standard game on that defense. Just played like pretty heavy on site, 1, maybe 2 roamers.
And that's it.
That's it. Nothing fancy.
Their site denial has been extremely impressive. I mean, Lil Homie was able to get in his digs here and there. But other than that, 2Faced has just been overly strong. Their rotations have been on point. Whenever a player falls, another one picks up in that area and holds down that lane for him, which has been pretty impressive to me.
Dream still not going down from the previous round, so still with a really confident 11-2 record and a +9 overall on the scoreboard. Definitely fragging out. We'll see if that can continue on attack, obviously, as the threat's going to be a little bit more real this time. But with also a good droning capability and whatnot, we can still see some really powerful extra capability with how well 2Faced were able to mow through some of the Draak rosters in the previous rounds here. So just rounds 1 and 2 where they handled it quite easily. So let's see. We are about to see 2Faced get let out onto the board for the first time on attack right now.
All right, J-Vac, I want to see something from you, man. You're on Valkyrie. You have all the intel for your team. Let's go ahead and make it happen. The chat might not believe in you, but I do. I do. I believe in the comeback. It's a nice little cam. I wouldn't think to look there at all.
Yeah, a couple late black eye deployments here, so we're going to see those take a couple seconds to go down. And she's going to have to kind of like haphazardly. She's even got one left still, so still kind of like haphazardly setting those up. The intel won't be the greatest, but it's exactly where she needs them to be, and that's what matters. I
wonder if Valkyrie is going to be by herself and open. No, Tizzy is definitely going to be in blue stairs to have his back, so it's going to be a big help.
Drone up.
So yeah, pretty much a standard hold on defense. It's going to be their first time here, by the way.
Reloading, cover me.
All right, so pretty much a basic clear over on the second floor right now, and yeah, 2Faced, they're wasting no time at all. The drones were already in there, now they're just busting in.
Thatcher already starting to work his way down. His creator is looking to work his way downstairs on main here. Butters the meanwhile clearing out front lobby. Much more spread out push overall coming in here. Obviously trying to make it, the defender's trying to make it a little bit more difficult for 2Faced to be able to get access to some of the hashes. Trying, of course, to move crazy away from that. And he did take quite a bit of heat, it seems. I'm not sure if that was from the nade or a fight he ended up getting into, but either way, he's down to like 25 HP now.
All right, we have a hatch open from the second floor already, and that's going to be a big help towards 2Faced. And still not able to pick anybody off right now. Crazy is going to be the only one in the lobby to take damage this round. With a little bit of more drone work, and Butters might be able to see Valkyrie in open. Shooting out the default cams and go ahead, and yeah, there it is. Now this is where the intel gets spread around, and they're going to go ahead and try to collapse on them. So you see Filthy moving down already, and like as a complete unit, everybody, they're going in for this kill. The tag was made, and Filthy lost him. Yeah. But Valkyrie's still going to go down.
J-Vac's still smart, though. He realizes he's not going to win that, and that he's been found out. He tries to escape. Can't make it out at the end of the day here. So now we're going to see Dream and the others push towards Square, start to pop this open if they can.
Yeah, they definitely know somebody's in there. Kind of behind the shield.
Tizzy wants to do something.
Yeah.
He's got that Jaeger shotgun, though, so we can't really move out too aggressively here. And oh my god, he's being destroyed by flashbang. And he's been forced downstairs. Man, there is nothing that he can do. Unfortunately, Tizzy, he's running out. Creator's finally going to cull him.
R.I.P. There's nowhere for him.
Our man never stood a chance.
At that point, you just let go of the mouse and keyboard and just sit there.
That's when I go get a drink.
Those are the type of kills where when you die, your teammates are like, where'd that happen? I'd be like, it's just on me.
Little homie once again going to be the shining light here for his team. Moves in and finds a trade on a Filthy to bring us into a 2v4. They do have Evil Eye coverage to see that the push is going to work its way in, but the problem is Crazy also walking in from the back lane. It just completely shuts down any of the remaining defensive setup, and that's going to put 2Faced forward onto map and match point.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bird's the word, and the word is that 2Faced are just way too strong right now. Draak Esports, they're failing every single round to come up with an alternative strat to go ahead and break into 2Faced's strategy. We saw them on attack, and you know, their first plan failed ultimately, and it seemed like they were lost. Playing on defense, we saw that fall apart extremely fast. Whenever Roamer was called out, he was killed almost instantly, but you're going to have to give credit to 2Faced. Whenever Draak Esports was on attack and they saw Roamer, it was pretty much a 1v1 until the fight was over with. With 2Faced, no, you're going to have 2-3 players hounding on him. There's such a big difference in mentality when it comes to meta and strategy in this game. And if I'm on Draak Esports, a loss like this, yeah, I'll be pretty upset. But you watch the VOD and you learn from that. That's the only way you get better from this point on.
Exactly.
I mean, I love these guys to death. Once again, shout out to Tizzy. I really love what I see from Little Homie has actually impressed me a lot. They can get better. Little
Homie's been doing good, especially in early round situations. Like I said, entry power, he's been like their shining star. He's been the one that's like brought them back into rounds that they had otherwise lost. And Tizzy's kind of been their late round guy from what I've been able to see so far. He's done pretty good in a couple late round situations. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, though, they do have to try and bring this back. And while there's plenty that they could have learned from in this VOD eventually from their attacking side, they don't have a whole lot of tape on defense just yet. So let's see if they can push this forward a few more rounds with a hopeful victory here in the basement. Get them a couple more rounds and a little bit more tape to look at if we still end up seeing 2Faced come out on top of this one.
So they're opening up hatches in CCTV. They open up a few kill holes looking in the server. This is a different look. Question is it actually going to pay off? We'll see now. But there's a lot of openings going into sight.
Same cameras being set up once again here for Draak. to be able to give them the defensive setup that they need to try and stop the push from 2Faced. But 2Faced, of course, wasting basically no time, already in through square. That's going to be a camera that'll be easily found out there on the pole. There was one roamer up here, and there he is, JVac, moving in, able to find Filthy. I saw his silhouette roaming around in the back there, and he's going to be able to strike this time. Now the problem is evacuating, and that's going to be a little bit more of an issue.
Yeah, JVac still holding things down. He can make this happen for his team, but take a look at this. 3 players now surrounding him. This is going to be all bad, but initiating the gunfight. Oh, JVac misses the shot, and Butters able to clean him up. So that's going to be 1 down on the roam game. But also Filthy is down as well, so that was a equal frag, so to say.
All right, guys, so moving forward with the rest of this round. It does go traded 1 for 1. Obviously, if he was able to get 2, it would have been better, but he was basically locked in there the second he found that first kill, so let's get forced out or forced into his death relatively quickly after that one. 1.5 minutes left. Ooh, almost a stolen drone there from Dream. He's going to be able to stop that from happening. Now, the rest of the team getting ready to start their push downstairs. A little bit more hesitant this time, though, 2Faced. A little bit more spread out. Kind of trying to figure out exactly how they want to play this.
Yeah, not a lot of action going down at all, and now we're hitting 1 minute and 17 seconds, so Crazy's going to go ahead and jump right into it, going ahead and getting rid of this hatch over in admin office, open things up, and I wonder if the openings are going to help out Draak Esports in this defense. You have flashbangs and Toxic Beige currently going out, as Optizzy is going to try his damnedest to hold on to the stairs once again. And yeah, a little server hold is happening as well, so there's going to be 2 players in the way of 2Faced as they make their way down into the door of CCTV.
The M870 fan club is getting very excited right now, as once again, another chance for Jaeger's shotgun to shine is going to show up here in a second. He's got the shield to play with too, but that's going to get, nope, just a regular flashbang, so that won't get needed out, but the breaching charge will deal with it this time. Oh no! And he's going to be taken out by it as well. He is down for the count. Butters.
Did you have to shoot him that much?
Yeah. I don't even think they knew, to be honest. But either way, Butters is going to be able to move down those server stairs now and try to start isolating out their smoke players sitting behind it. In fact, they're just going to push the smoke. They've got like 3 people here, so it shouldn't be too hard. There you go. Creators gets the job done, and now we're down to only 2. The players left inside of the site. It's down to their Mozzie and their Maestro, but time is low for the attackers here as well. They need to push in. They didn't see somehow the Mozzie sitting right there. Butters is going to catch it, though. Little homie did catch a trade. Draak, is trying so hard to hold on, but it's not going to work out. 2Faced close out and take control of our opening match of stage 3 here for USN, and we'll move forward to face off against Disrupt, who is already waiting in our final match of the night.
You know what that round was like? You ever drop your phone and you watch it fall in slow motion, and you know you can't save your phone, but the phone is just going to get destroyed in a matter of seconds? That was watching this round for me. It started off really slow, and then, wait, did he? Oh, yes, he got the kill. Sonny got the kill.
Nice.
No Owen, but he did get a breadstick. It was it was rough. But 2Faced are going to walk away with the victory with a nice 7-1 win. They're going to go out to face Disrupt Gaming, who also got the win over Luminosity due to personal reasons. So that's going to be that. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I think basically what we expected to come out of that one. Obviously, we were hoping for something new to come out from Draak, but it's a lot of these teams are kind of stepping up to the plate for the first time. Yeah. That's probably going to be a pretty similar experience to most teams that get to that point for the first time in their career right there. So I think we ended up with pretty much what we expected.
And a little shining star on a losing team, Lil Homie. I love Lil Homie.
Yeah.
So I've never seen Lil Homie play ever before in my life, and just watching him as entry with Zofia was a beautiful thing to see. The one thing that they need to work on, especially, you cannot die extremely early in the round, especially if you're Zofia or an operator with a lot of good utility in your arsenal. That just can't happen at all. And always have a plan B. Especially on sites like CEO. You have to have a plan B. They didn't have it at all.
Flag's definitely their biggest issue, though. Using them on attack, which we weren't really seeing them do enough, and then being caught by them on defense, which I think happened at least once or twice. Obviously, we only had 2 rounds of defense, so that's a pretty small sample size, but at the end of the day, that was a really big issue for them. And then, entry power, another big problem, too. Besides the fact that we had Little Homie, like I said, he was the shining star when it came to their entry power, and really kind of kicked it up as the match went on, and it became more and more important for him to hit those shots. Yeah. But away from him, not really any players I can highlight, unfortunately, that were doing good on the entry power. A lot of players like losing initial duels and stuff like that. So that's going to be something I'll have to look at going into future weeks as well.
Yes, so with that match being done, let's go ahead and take a look at, I believe it's MVPs coming up. It's the interview. Okay, sorry. Producer's really low in my ear, guys. So let's go ahead and see who I'm going to be talking to today. And Butters, what's going on? Good to see you again.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing all right. So Butters, going against this team, it wasn't a big name like a lot of people were expecting this late in the tournament, but hats off to Draak Esports. And this matchup for a team that's learning to get better, after losing a game like that, what words of advice can you really give them?
Just working on cutoff drones and making sure they know somebody's flanking, because I mean we took advantage of that.
Yeah.
And just the fundamentals. That's literally all you need. And then I mean they're all gunners, you know. They can gun.
Yeah, little homie.
It's just it comes down to the fundamentals. Like, so it makes the team better. So.
Yes. So Butters, I really love the make of your team. Taking a look at the roster. I saw you play a lot of roles that Filthy usually plays. When it came to creating this lineup, I mean, what brought you guys together, really? This is my first time seeing you guys as a unit play together.
You know, like we were on 2 different teams, and like we always wanted to be on a team together. So we're just like, you know what, let's just get this going. And you know, we made CL, and we're just like, we're gonna ride with this. So you guys, you know, we all click. We're all gunners. So.
Right. So basically, the 2 teams did the fusion dance to go ahead and dominate at USN. You know, Butters, I respect it a lot. So going against Disrupt Gaming, they recently had the team change from Modiga, went to Evil Geniuses. Do you see a weakness or an opening against Disrupt Gaming that you guys can really take advantage of?
I don't know, man. Mo's insane, you know? Like that's some hard shoes to step in. But you know, Thumbus is a good player too. He's really good. So, I mean, it all just comes down to winning your ones, and if we can win our ones, we'll have it.
All right, so coming in the bank, just the ideology for your team. We're going to make this, you know, pretty fast. This is going to be the last question. What is your ideology when it comes to defending bank? Because you guys did extremely well on just entry denial rather than just sitting in sight and waiting for them to come to you. You pretty much, you forced the fight before they were even able to take a look into the site.
I mean, you gotta hold points to make sure you're wasting enough time to where they get to near the site. You know, they're out of time and they gotta, like, you know, maybe their comms are flooding or they're just starting to like rush. So you gotta hold down spots to where, you know, they have to take the gunfight with you, or you can just fall off and then they gotta redrone or all that.
Right. So listen, it's good seeing you again. I saw you at Twitch Rivals. I see you here now. Yeah. It's always good to see your success. So I'm really happy for you and your team in the first game, but the next one is going to be way harder. So I wish you guys the best of luck, and I want to thank you so much for doing this interview with me. And hopefully I'll see you after the next game tonight.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, Butters, you take it easy.
You too.
All right. So that's that. Butters is cool.
Yeah.
I like Butters a lot.
Okay, for sure. We've got our MVPs from the matchup. We'll go over mine first, of course. And mine, I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. Dream definitely had the most impact when it came to the fragging power, and just quite a few heroic holds. We had the one at server stairs back in round 1, and as well we had the one coming out of Janitor for one of their later defensive rounds too, where he pulled off that awesome ace. So mine's going to go right to Dream.
So we both picked the same MVP. And
okay.
You know,
we can do that.
Right.
It's okay.
So Dream was the most annoying player in the lobby because Dream would pick a spot. He would say, hey, I'll be in hallway, I'll be on stairs, and no one's going to get past me. And that was the game plan, and he executed that perfectly. So there's not another, you know, alternate universe out there where Dream didn't win MVP. He was the main guy, and he was a big part of 2Faced success.
88% cost as well. Take a look at his stats there as well, which is really high. that means out of 100% of the rounds he could have had an impact, he had, oh wow, actually 4 out of 5 of them at 88% cost. So everybody had impact in like, I think like 6 out of 7 of the rounds or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's crazy stuff right there. Filthy, pick it up.
I really love the road change that Crazy's playing as well, but Dream on Thermite and Smoke. So having a player that's really strong on those operators, yo, that's so important, man, because when your Hard Breacher or Anchor or whatnot is able to really, you know, take the rounds into his own hands and really force the issue, that's it. There's no more you can ask for.
You can see our individual team stats here too. Opening kills actually pretty much even, which I thought was pretty interesting because it seemed somewhat one-sided in that respect, in my opinion.
Little homie.
But yeah, little homie, I guess, turned it around for them. However, in the actual kills department, that is where the very big difference is coming in. Over double the kills for 2Faced coming out of that one. So, I mean, that would make sense since it was a 7-1 too.
Yeah, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Draak Esports, GG's. Hope to see you guys next time, so make sure you go ahead and sign up. And hopefully we'll see you again next week or definitely Saturday. But coming up next is going to be Disrupt Gaming, a huge roster change has currently happened with Modiga leaving the team, so that's a lot of firepower that they're going to be missing. Like Butter said, it's going to be really big shoes to fill. Who actually replaced him? I've been traveling a lot and you know,
I think Butters was with Thumbus, right? Or was Thumbus already on the roster before?
Yeah, he
that?
was on the roster.
Oh.
You know, we're gonna figure this out during the break. We'll see you guys
Got the
after
roster
this
here,
small
so.
break for the final game of the day. Disrupt Gaming going off against 2Faced.
I've got Reed.